I just wanted to ask, so I'm a 19-year-old transgender woman from the southwest of England, and I mean, something that I've kind of noticed in this leadership debate is all of them just seem to be trying to one-up each other on who can attack trans people the most. It's like we're being used as some kind of political football. Like, Penny Mordaunt going from saying trans women are women to saying I'd never support self-ID. And, I mean, it feels like no matter what, over the next 2 years at least, I'm just going to lose more rights. From the EHRC report earlier this year to the government excluding trans people from a conversion therapy ban. And I mean, I know people who've been through conversion therapy and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm terrified of even, checking Twitter or anything, because trans people are always trending with people hating us. And I don't really know. I mean, the question I really wanted to ask is a Labour government really going to be able to fix that? Because, they've still got transphobic MPs in the Labour Party, like Rosie Duffield or more recently Rachel Reeves. And I don't know if I can trust Labour or the Tories.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Rebecca, one of the things that really frustrates me, and I said it earlier in the programme, because if you're a young person and you're listening to this debate, especially if you're on Twitter, which I don't recommend anybody debates it on Twitter, to be quite honest with you, I think it is really devastating and nasty and really harmful for people. Now, I get that there is genuine concerns out there around, women-only spaces, etc., etc. And I get that there's a huge amount of scaremongering that's going on as well. And I just think that we were the party of, equal marriage. We were the party of the Equalities Act. We got rid of Section 28 back when that was disastrous legislation against the LGBT community. And we've got to make a stand now. And I think using the trans debate at the moment and transgender women as some sort of political football to abuse and to debase, I think is absolutely appalling. And I don't think the vast majority of the general public are on that side either. I think, we do have to set out what the equalities legislation says. I think it's pretty clear. I think we can look at the Gender Recognition Act. We can look at self-identification that protects the rights of people that do want to transition, but also prevents the fears that I think is out there, fears that I don't think is justified. And I think if we're able to have that debate in a constructive way, actually we'll be able to come to the consensus. Transgender women's rights are women's rights. And it is our women's movement collectively that can have the solution to that and can work with each other to it. But if we debase it down to what I've heard on social media and some of the stuff that I've heard from the candidates that are standing to be the next Prime Minister, I do not think they're doing any justice to what we need to do in Britain to make it a more equal place for people and a tolerant place and a loving place and a nurturing place for people who want to get on in life. And I find it really frustrating. I find the whole toxicity of the debate really frustrating. And I'm sorry, Rebecca, that you have to hear all of that and consume all of that. And I completely understand why you would be petrified of going online and seeing some of that. But I hope you genuinely feel it, that is not the majority of what the British public feel, and that there is love out there for everybody and there is a way of us being able to find a consensus on this issue. I absolutely believe it.